Namaskar everyone. Now today we'll start with the new chapter, that is journal. In the last video we discussed about the source document of accountancy. Now what do you mean by journal? As I already told you that first of all we have to record the transaction in the books of account. So the book in which the transaction are recorded for the first time is known as journal or books of original entry. So journal is also known as books of original entry. And why it is books of original entry? Because first of all transactions are recorded in journal. Now if you are running a business on a small scale, then all transactions are recorded in journal. But in case of big business, generally the firm and business record the transactions in subsidiary books. And after that, on the basis of journal and subsidiary book, we have to make the posting into ledger account. So in nutshell we can say first of all transactions are recorded in the books of original entry, that is called journal. So in this chapter we'll discuss about how to pass journal entries. But before passing any journal entry, I must revise here the rules of journalizing that we already discussed in the chapter double entry system. So let me take a quick revision of rules of journalizing. First one is personal account. What is the rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Then second one is rule of real account, that is debit what's come in and credit what goes out. And third one is nominal account, that debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. And in personal account we consider the individual, firms, company, etc. In real account we talk about the asset, that is tangible and intangible assets. And nominal account we discuss about the expenses, losses and income and gain. So these are the most important rules which we used while passing the journal entry. Now this is the format of journal. First column is related to date, in which you have to mention the date related to the transaction which contain the month and the year. Second one is transaction, in which you have to record the detail of business transaction by passing journal entry. Third one is ledger folio. Ledger folio means if you want to check the particular account, then you have to refer that particular page which is mentioned the particular transaction ledger account. Suppose a furniture account is given there and the page number of ledger folio is 10. So on the 10th page you will find out the ledger of furniture. Then debit and credit amount. The amount of account debited is written against the debit column of the amount, and the amount of account credited is written at the credit column of the account. So the debit will be recorded in debit column and credit will be recorded in credit column. Then narration. Narration is used to explain briefly the transaction for which the entry is passed, and that narration has to be mentioned in the column transaction after the general entry. So date contains the date of transaction. In transaction you have to mention the general entry, and after that you have to mention the narration. Then ledger folio, the page of ledger of that particular account. Then debit entry will shown in the debit column with the amount, and credit entry amount will be shown in the credit column. Now explanation of important journal entry. Before starting with the journal entries, we must know the few terms here. That first one is goods. What do you mean by goods? Which those things which are purchased for resale purpose. Means any goods which are purchased for the purpose of sale or resale, that is called goods. And goods is classified into 5 categories for the purpose of passing journal entry. First one is purchase account, sales account, purchase return account, sales return account and stock. All these words are related to the goods. So let's start with the purchases. When goods are purchased, I am talking about goods, I am not talking about asset. So listen it carefully. When goods are purchased, instead of debiting goods account, we have to debit purchase account. So whenever any business is purchasing goods for the purpose of resale, so at the time of purchase you have to use word purchases instead of goods, and purchase is to be debited. And why purchase to be debited? Because purchase is related to nominal account. And what is the rule of nominal account? That is debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. So whenever you purchase the goods, then it is a expenses and losses for the business. So as per the rule of nominal account, and in nominal account, as per debit rule, that is debit all expenses and losses, purchase should be debited. So always purchase should be debited, and credit should be used by the word to cash, bank and creditor. Suppose if you are purchasing the goods for cash, then your entry will be purchase account debit to cash. If you are purchasing goods by payment of check, by payment through check, then entry will be purchase account debit to bank. And if you are purchasing goods on credit, means payment is still to be made, then entry will be purchase account debit to creditor account. So purchase is always be debited. Credit is depend upon the mode of payment. If cash, then cash will be credited. If by check, then bank will be credited. And no payment has been made, then creditor is to be used instead of cash and bank. So this is the basic term related to purchases. Thank you so much.